In a world where quality business information is needed, we bring you On the Mic with Mike, the leading social enterprise business show in RVA. Join Mike King, the partnership guru, as he delivers game changers in Metro RVA. On the Mic with Mike showcases how business can help make society better. He discusses tech, culture, innovation, best business practices, and highlighting area nonprofits. Join Mike Monday through Friday, because it is the place where the best and brightest come to chat.
RVA's Best Business Radio program On the Mic and Mike can be heard here on ESPN Richmond, the worldwide leader, 5 to 7 a.m., 106.1. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to On the Mic with Mike, the best business radio program around. I'm your host, Mike King, and I appreciate you being here with me. The views expressed here are mine, have no connection to, support of, agreement with any other host, information ads on the station. I don't work for the station. My program just airs here on a daily basis, and I'm grateful of that to be able to bring the information to you. Join me as this cutting-edge show. We uplift the community and showcase RVA in a different way. The sounds you're listening to are coming from the Mike King Biz Studio, which is the global epicenter of social enterprise business, otherwise known as the ESPN Richmond Studios here in glorious Chesterfield. So we are here today. You can follow me on all social platforms, hashtag Mike King Biz, hashtag On the Mic with Mike. I would like to thank our show sponsors. We got some good ones. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Tom Childry, the credit card guy. If you need a guy who knows a guy and you want a person who knows the credit card industry in and out and is a business advocate, give Tom Childry a call. He's been doing it for a very long time. He knows what he is doing, and he's great because he sponsors the program. Andy Taylor and Junk Luggage. If you have things around the house that you need removed, give Andy Taylor a call. That's things, not people. As well as he also removes things from your house. If they're able to be fixed, they take them to the Remix Market at the center of the universe, which is Ashland. And he has the Remix Market. They fix them up and they sell them. And then they donate the money to charities in the area. Andy Taylor and Junk Luggage is doing really big things up there. They're eco-friendly as well. And Mama Michelle's Cafe. It is a friend of the program is back again. We got the Maverick of Marketing. We got Patrick McFadden of Indispensable Marketing. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you. I'm glad to be on the mic with Mike. All
righty. So you've been gone for a minute, but you've been out there doing a lot of big things. So you shout out to the Chamber yesterday. Yeah. We were at the Chamber event. It was their business expo. A lot of great businesses were out there. I saw you hobnobbing, shaking hands, kissing babies, looking like a politician.
I don't know, a politician, maybe a preacher.
Okay, there we go. All righty. So he's out there. I'm glad I wasn't there when it was offering time because, that's what happens. That you're talking more like a sales guy.
Well, marketing is my gospel.
Oh, okay. There he is. It's the gospel according to Patrick. The gospel, that was a chapter, Indispensable Marketing. It's in there somewhere. All righty, let people know who you guys are, what you do. You guys got a cool team there.
Yeah. So Indispensable Marketing, we work with a lot of service-based businesses. When you get to that point where you're like, okay, I've been doing a bunch of things and I have, revenue coming in, but I really need to get strategic in my marketing. What are the assets we really need to create? Why do customers really do business with us? What are the channels that we need to play with to not only stay in front of customers, but retain them and attract them? And I was talking to a business at the expo yesterday, and she was saying, getting leads is one thing, but getting the right lead that's educated on what you can do to call you is a totally separate thing. And that's what we do. We get the right people to call you, and hopefully they come educated on what the problems you solve. So really, it's just getting down to, do I like you? And let's do business.
Alrighty. So people have heard Patrick McFadden before. They know he's always talking about using marketing as a tool and getting to the right person. And every person is not for you.
No.
Every person. And a lot of times business owners, the reason that they think people come to them is not the reason. But the business owner is sure. Patrick, I know 100% why they come to me, and you have to let them know that
they're wrong. In fact, in some of the pre-discovery meetings, I tell clients up front, the reason that you think it's probably wrong and that your customers is always right. And I'll give you an example. We have a client right now that's doing accounting and bookkeeping for some select verticals, government contractors and such. And the reason that they think they come to them is, because they're great at the books and those types of things and running the numbers. Well, we interview their clients and they say, what they really do is empower me. I was like, really? Tell me more about that. Well, the way they educate me, the way that they take their time and having these monthly meetings, the way they're set up and structured, I feel more empowered to make decisions. I feel empowered that when we get audited, that we're not going to not know what's going on. And so this company is all about empowering their clients with the things and the way that they operate, not just the selling of accounting and bookkeeping services.
And what's the engagement process like with indispensable marketing?
Yeah, so we usually operate on two fronts. One, which is strategy before tactics. We call our approach diagnosis before prescription. That's where we, take the time to really say, let's understand who makes a great customer for you. What are the real problems that you solve for this customer? What is it they value about the services and the solutions that you offer? What's the journey? What's the buying process? Is it RFP? Is it multiple decision makers? Is it just the owner making the decision? Is it a couple that has to make decisions? How do they find out about you? How do they like to be educated? What do they think value is from a service standpoint? So that's kind of the diagnosis before prescription. That usually takes 30 to 45 days. That involves interviewing your customers, doing some competitive research and those types of things. That lays out the framework. So that diagnosis lays the framework for what the prescriptions need to be. That's where we move up for us, phase two. So now we know the exact, if your customers say they hang out at this association or they like to find companies on Google or certain directories, that's where we know you. That's where you need to hang out for awareness. Once they find you, they like to look at your reviews, photos of your work. Maybe they like to see case studies or testimonials. You need to have that information present once they find you. And then from a sample standpoint, do they, what's funny? We work with a lot of home service contractors. You know what the biggest sample is right now for how they try you out?
No, sir, I do not.
A phone call.
A phone call.
Most people will tell you, I call a contractor to see if they pick up the phone.
So what you're saying is a lot of people need business. And the one thing that people do is I call and see whether you answer.
100%. That's how they try you out. And most people, and so as a business owner owning a home service business, you have to know that buying process. And if you know that picking up the phone is the try,
then you answer the phone.
Everything in your power to make sure that phone is picked up, because that's how they're trying you out. Then they're going to say, okay, how do your people answer? Do they treat me? Do they ask me questions about my project? Are they curious? Or are they just like, sorry, we're booked, goodbye, right? So it's so much of a try and sampling of the experience of maybe foreseeing working together, but it's just over the phone today. And once you know all of that, you can then map your resources, your time, your energy, everything you have at making sure that those particular marketing elements get addressed.
Dr. McFadden, Indispensable Marketing, is here with us out there really helping businesses hone in on the next step, which is getting business. So we got to give a shout out to our boy, Aaron Owens. U.S. Pest Control is out there really, really doing it. And you know what he's always singing the praises of? Indispensable Marketing, saying they really put me on the right track. Let's talk a little bit about what you look at when you see he comes and what is it that you do for him that a lot of people say, hey, I need to have that happen, because people are out there saying that about you because you didn't just come to the game.
Yeah.
You've been in the game a long time.
Yeah. Well, when you come to us as a client, where again, you're already established, you got something working for you. The number one thing we're trying to do is figure out, why do customers hire you and what is it that they value about the services you bring? That's number one, because that's the communication that has to go out in all your channels, right? Your website, your social media, your email marketing. You have to communicate why somebody should do business with you. That's the story number one that has to be told. So that's the first thing we did with them is we figured out why do customers do business with them. The second thing that we do is we figure out where then do we need to place that message. So if you're a local business, you got to have your Google My Business profile optimized. That's just hands down. If you don't have your Google My Business profile optimized, you're missing out, I would say at least $500,000 to $750,000 without having your Google My Business profile optimized. After you do that, your website, you get your website in order to make sure it's telling the right story, that it's converting, that it's supporting your business. We're working with a pet grooming company right now, and it limited staff, so they need as much time as they can to work with customers and stuff. So I said, hey, what's bogging you down right now? Well, picking up the phone and giving people prices. Let's put the prices on the website.
That scares business owners.
Well, it does, but in this case, you have to look at your resources. If answering the phone is taken away from you servicing clients, right now may be the best time to put your prices on the website. One, it does a couple of things though. It pre-qualifies people. See,
that is true.
Yeah.
Because if I look at the price list and I know I'm not in that neighborhood, I keep driving.
Yep. That's, when we work with a home remodeler or a kitchen remodeler, the biggest thing you can do is put your prices on your website.
It cuts out the random. I thought you guys could do this for $874.
Nah, you already see on our website, we work within a range between $50,000 to $60,000. So if you don't have a bathroom or a kitchen between that, don't give us a call. And that's okay, because for a person that wants a $50,000 to $60,000 bathroom or kitchen, they expect a certain level of communication. They expect to have maybe their own project manager. They expect to have follow-ups weekly or detailed reports. The person that's paying $800 may not necessarily want all of that. So you don't have to dedicate your resources and your money to providing that. See, and that's where you have to know where you play, and it determines the way that you structure your business. And you may not, and so you cut out all the admin stuff because you're doing lower bathrooms where you're dealing with somebody that want a more expensive bathroom. They have higher expectations.
Okay, so now here on the mic with Mike Patrick McFadden, indispensable marketing is here with us. All right, okay, sir. Now you came with all the smart stuff there. How do you, as the business owner, determine that I'm going to be the $874 guy, and I can run up the score there? Or I can be the $50,000 guy, and I don't get every job, but when I do, they're home runs. Because it can't be both.
No, you can't. Unless you get so big, then you can.
The division.
Yeah.
Here, over there, we changed the name.
Yeah.
So that people don't lessen our value.
The answer to this is going to shock you. You actually start with what you want your life to look like.
So if I want to be the $874 guy.
Well, you start with what you want. So how do you want your life to look? Do you at running a business at 870, that means you're going to have a lot of quantity. Is that how you want to, that means it demands certain amount of time from your life. If you're like, you know what, I want more time, then I want to work with bigger clients. So I'd rather work with 10 clients a year rather than 300. It's a different level of servicing. So you have to pick what you want your life to look like. So if you're like, hey, I want to stay within this 800, that means your life is going to look a certain way.
It's going to be hectic. It's going to be hectic because it's a numbers game.
Yeah. And profit, how much you want to make. That's why I say, what you want your life to look like. Because profit, amount of marketing you need to spend, how many people you need to churn in. Most of us are going to probably lean towards moving up that scale.
Yes, if we can.
Yeah.
We're going to try and move up, because one of the things, the 870, nothing against the folks who are doing that, but they're the ones who are going to cause the most problems. They're going to want more.
Well, I was going to say, not only that, when you're the cheapest, let's just be real, you can't buy the best trucks. You can't pay the best people because you don't have the extra profits to do it. It means that your technology is not going to be updated. So it's so many variables that go into being the cheapest doesn't work out for you or the customer, because you can't give the customer the best of anything. But when you have more profits, you get to hire better techs, you get to hire better equipment, better trucks, which means the customer receives maybe a higher end product or service.
Because as you say, it's the engagement that counts.
100%. One thing that people need to know: the higher your service, the more the more communication you need to have. So the more you up that scale for price, the more communication you need to have with that client or customer. The lower the price, the less communication you can have. So that's where you got to weigh that out too. Say, all right, if I'm going to be at the top of the market, then I need to over exaggerate on communication and overdo it, rather than if I'm on the lower end of the scale, I'm not calling you every week. Nah, you get it once a month.
Yeah, because that's the level that you chose.
Yeah.
And from a business standpoint, those are the resources that I allocate to you.
Yeah. Now, the thing I want to bring up, talking about growth, is I see a lot of small business want to do advertising first. I'm not against advertising. You just have to do it.
Okay, let's be gentle, sir.
I'm gonna be gentle.
Thank you.
But you just got to do it in order.
Okay, there's an order of operation for this.
Correct. So, and it's if you think about it from a logical standpoint, you'll say, okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
If you're gonna spend money on advertising, you better dominate Google first. Here's why. If I hear your ad, most likely I'm going to go to Google. So if I hear it and I can't go to Google, you've lost. So you spent the money on the advertising, but now you're not being found online. And here's the thing, because people may not be able to catch your phone number or your website, but they can catch that. Oh, that was a kitchen remodeler who does blah, blah, blah. So if they go to kitchen remodeler Chesterfield and you don't show up, that the money you spent on your ad is now
went out the window.
Correct. Because you got to pay the toll booth. Google is the toll booth. You put a billboard ad up, people are still going to go to Google and look at your reviews. So you got to dominate Google to make sure your advertising is effective, especially I'm talking about offline advertising. Those things you have to dominate Google for your branded and non-branded key phrases and terms. So branded is indispensablemarketing.com. You type it in, my company shows up. That's a branded term. Non-branded is marketing agency, Richmond, Virginia. My company should show up. So you see, so there's branded and non-branded terms, and you need to dominate both on the search engines.
All right, Patrick McFadden dropping nuggets of knowledge on us. We got to go ahead and pay some bills because, as the man said, I don't want to be the $874 guy, so that's not what this program is. It is the best business radio program in Richmond. I'm your host, Mike King. Patrick McFadden rolling with me. He is the maverick of marketing. That's who he is, and that's what he does. We got to go ahead and pay some bills because the mic ain't free. And I got to pay for that Halloween costume for my grandson, which was Pennywise, and it hurt. It was so expensive. We'll be back.
Media mogul, and what I don't know is real estate. So I connect with my girl, the queen of RVA Realty, Nicole Reed. She's the best in the business, and I only rock with the best.
Front Porch is Churchill's breakfast and lunch cafe, serving Southern favorites like Cajun short rib hash and eggs, smoked chicken and waffles, and fresh breakfast sandwiches. We're more than just a local coffee shop. We're on a mission to provide job training and employment to young people from Richmond's East End and offer an inviting space for our community members to gather. Visit frontporchrva.com for pickup, DoorDash, or catering.
Mike King says,
all I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there.
On the mic with Mike, that's right. All we do is win here. Mike King, Patrick McFadden. This is the best business radio program around. You can find me on ESPN Richmond 106.1 every day, 5 to 7 a.m. And we're rocking on the Choice 2, which is 105.3. Telling our story, business owners after talking about what they do, just shouting the message out. That's 105.3, 2 to 3 p.m. at the Choice. Patrick McFadden is here. So now you just dropped some nuggets of knowledge on us. You said, so Google is the toll booth.
Yeah, you got to pay the toll booth. Anytime you're going to be doing marketing, most people, 91% of people searches are done through Google. So you got to pay the toll booth if you're going to be doing any type of marketing. People are going to go back to Google to search your reviews. Heck, sometimes they look to see if you're on the 3-pack. You get found through the Google.
So
advertising.
really quickly, go down the list that you just schooled me on. So when I do a search, whatever, with like you said, breakfast pizza.
Yeah.
And so I go with, you said the ones at the top are paid.
Yeah. So what I was saying, yeah. So Google gives you 3 almost advertising options when it comes to getting your business out there. One is called the local service ads, LSA ads. You can look up that. Second is going to be the actual Google ads, which is the pay-per-click area where it's just the line in the text.
Really quickly, explain to our listeners what pay-per-click is.
Pay-per-click. So pay-per-click is when you pay for each click on your ad, pretty much. Where LSA ads, you're paying for the lead. So local service ads, you pay for the lead. So it could be $18 per lead, $20, $40 per lead. Pay-per-click is you're paying per click. Then after that, you got another area, which is called the 3-pack for Google. And you've seen it where you see 3 businesses kind of in that map. So you got LSA ads, you got Google ads, which is the pay-per-click. Then you got the Google My Business, which is the 3-pack. And then you got the organic.
Okay, so now, then you just schooled me on the organic side.
Yeah.
So everybody knows we're just going to roll right past the paid ones and get right to organic. But sir, you say...
Yeah, well, it's an influence because there's an impression being made when you run that ad. So even though people may be like, you know what, I'm going to skip through the ads, they still saw your name. And so if they see your name in the local service ads or the Google ads and then or the Google 3-pack and then they go to organic and see you again, the chances that they click your link or to your website is great.
Okay, Patrick McFadden here schooling us on the marketing. He is the maverick of marketing. So you also do speaking engagements. How can organizations, roll with you on a speaking opportunity?
Yeah, if you have a speaking engagement, you can go to my website, indispensablemarketing.com. You can go to our speaking page and see what we offer there. You can also go to our contact page and fill that out. I do have 2 speaking engagements coming up. One is next year for the Chesterfield Chamber. It's going to be the Business Solutions Summit. And the other is this month actually called Thrive Connect 21. I'm speaking on I'm speaking on how to become the only business that matters.
Whoa. Okay. There you go. All righty. So there are people who are out there who want to become speakers. Really quickly, we got about a minute left. How do you become a speaker?
The way I became a speaker is I blogged about everything first, but then every time I network with somebody, had a one-on-one, they said, how can I help you? I said, I'm looking for a speaking engagement. So I made it my number one thing. I didn't ask for clients. I didn't ask for business. I asked for speaking engagements.
Patrick McFadden, really quickly, one last time, how can people find you?
Patrick McFadden in the Google, Patrick McFadden in the LinkedIn, indispensablemarketing.com is where you will find me. You also find some of the best marketing information to grow your business.
One of Mike, Patrick McFadden, I'd like to thank you for coming in. It's always great. He'll be back. He always is hanging around the program. That's what we do. We keep folks close here. One of Mike with Mike, ESPN Richmond 106.1. Thank you. We'll talk to you soon. All righty. We are not talking to you soon. Okay.
All right. Good job.